Hey everyone, Michael Martin from Yahoo Esports here. We're at Southeast Asia Majors and I have Gllty. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm pretty good. It's humid.
It
but
is that, yes. Yes.
Let's talk about Japan Cup first. How did that go for you?
I mean, it was all right. I got double jeopardy by Ida-san Zangief, which I don't think the matchup is as bad in this game as a lot of people tend to think it is, because Zangief can dash and cover distance very well and option select my teleports. But he did some interesting things that I hadn't seen before.
I know you spent a lot of time playing, probably grinding with a lot of different players. Why don't you talk about what you got to experience as far as playing other players or getting some time in, grind time?
So Hiwajima is where I was staying, and it's this, they have like an apartment complex basically, where like Ita, Yukadan, MOV, and then a whole bunch of other players like Pomzaman, VX, like they stay there. And you have other players that come through, like Mago came through, Nemo came through, like a whole bunch of people come to this specific spot. Kendevu was also there. He like came and went, so I'm not entirely sure if he's a permanent tenant or not. But yes, essentially they have a central game room and you can just go to the game room, play, grind. They have, I just played a lot, practiced a lot.
Yeah.
So that was a really like comprehensively positive experience for me.
Did you go to any arcades?
So arcades are really cool over there. I'd say there's a lot less of a gender disparity. So you have girls there, you have guys taking girls there, and it's just everyone's playing games, and that's an interesting thing to see.
Let's talk about Singapore.
Okay.
You're here. What's the experience been like so far for you?
It's kind of like a melting pot, I feel. Whereas like Japan, it's more like homogenous.
Yep.
And then you come to Singapore and it's in the middle of Southeast Asia, so it's just, everything's crammed together. The food's good.
How's the Street Fighter?
Street Fighter, there's a couple really good players.
Yeah, we know one of them, but...
Shan and Gax, I'd say, are the two best.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple others, Oswald, I don't remember the other guy's name, but there's a strong, Leslie.
Yep.
They have a very strong Vega player.
So you're playing in the premier event,
Yes.
Southeast Asia Major, but
Yes.
you played in the amateur tournament. Tell me how that went for you.
I did pretty well in the amateur tournament, which is to say I won.
It was almost a disaster.
Yeah. That was just sandbagging. I wanted the hype, you know?
Okay.
I picked Jury because I'm like, you know, I don't want to make this look too bad. And I looked the guy up afterwards. His name's TSE444.
Yeah.
He is apparently a top-ranked player in Hong Kong. He won some qualifier, beat Shanghai.
Yeah.
He's got like 128 Capcom Pro Tour points. So I didn't know that until afterwards. I don't think the guy's ever played a Dulcim in his life, but and like there's a couple of things about like the Chun-Li matchup. Like you do this to beat all the limbs aside from Stand Fierce.
Sure.
And the first match he didn't do that at all. Second match I could see is on his phone, so like I'm kind of like, I know what's gonna happen. And the first thing he did, of course, is back Fierce. But it's the sort of thing where he was adapting too slow. I'd already like seen that, and other than that, I mean, I was definitely anxious, but I felt like whenever I picked Jury, I was like, I got this to throw away. And also, I felt like it was a good opportunity for me to kind of reset my brain.
Yeah.
Where, I was down 2-0, I was just getting like shut out, and just kind of having that throwaway game let me think about what I was going to do without him downloading me further.
In the time that I've known you, and we've seen you at a lot of different events, I know that nerves has been kind of an issue for you in some matches. You feel like you're getting better with that? Like, how's that going?
In Japan, I learned how to block.
You finally learned how to block. Okay.
I know, right?
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay.
We're still like 50-50, but you know what? That's better than like 0-100. So whenever I was in Japan, I was able to go to Topanga.
Yeah.
So I got about a 12-hour session with...
That's such an interesting little place, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you been?
I've been, yeah.
Yeah. Fusuke and all them. So yeah, I had Mago, Fudo, Bonchan, Haitani, Tokido. And they're all there in just like a 12-hour grind session.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the most like serious level ups I think I had the entire trip. You know, it's the sort of thing where you take a nap and then you get back up in like 2 hours and then you just go again. If I win any money at all, I'm coming back to Japan.
What's your goal with that?
Continue what I've been doing.
Okay.
Because I feel like, okay, so you take it from an issue of looking at myself. I can say, okay, I'm not that good. I'm not that great. I'm not winning things. Maybe like I get like top 16 here and there, but I'm not, like I can feel the gap between me and a better player. So how do I bridge that gap, right? This whole esports landscape, no one really knows what's going on.
Sure.
No one really knows
I don't know
how
what's
to play
going on.
yeah, right. So what I'm doing, more or less, is using my resources, the best of my ability, networking, traveling, getting that out there, and taking advantage of what I have. Because there's going to be disadvantages with what I have too. But overall, you're not going to get anywhere if you're afraid of what other people think. You have to go for it. You have to try. You have to fail. You have to be willing to fail. And you can't be embarrassed of it. I mean, if people talk shit on you and you look at your performance and you feel bad about it, good. Remember that feeling and then change it.
Well, Gllty, it's always good to see you. I wish you luck here at SEAM and, of course, in the future. I would love to go back to Japan myself, so if you get a chance to do that, of course, take that opportunity and get whatever you can out of it.
Thank you so much to my fans and the people that have supported me. Thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it. I love Japan. I love Singapore. I wouldn't go back home if I had the chance. But yeah.
All right. Gllty, thank you. I'm Michael Martin, and this is Yahoo Esports.